The battle around the Malorian homeworld was fast, and one-sided what the Zrel thought would be easy victory turned into their worst defeat. The human ships moved in patterns the insect aliens could not understand. Admiral Min-jae Kang directed the Battle from Earth Command Center deep under the Korean mountains. He was 70 years old with white hair and sharp eyes that missed nothing for most of his life. He had fought in Earth wars. Now he used that knowledge against alien enemies. Move. Battle Group 3 to Sector 7. He said calmly to his officers, herd the Zrel toward the waiting ships. On her ship above the green Malorian planet, Captain Hai-jin watched the enemy try to run away. They are moving toward the trap point, she said, to her crew. Just as the Admiral predicted, Hai-jin had served under Admiral Kang for 15 years. She knew his battle mind was the best on Earth. He studied the Zrel for 3 years, learning how they thought, how they fought. He knew they would run when surprised, and he knew exactly where they would go. The Zrel ships flew toward what looked like empty space, trying to escape the human attack. But it was not empty. 50 more human ships waited there with weapons ready. The trap closed like jaws around prey on the Council space station. The alien representatives watched everything on the big screens, their shock growing with each minute. Humans were fighting in ways they had never seen before, not just with better weapons, but with better plans, better thinking. How are they doing this? Asked a small gray alien with big eyes. They move like they know what the Zrel will do before they do it. Taehyun stood tall and proud. The time for hiding human strength was over. Look at how they move, he said, pointing to the screen. Not in straight lines, not in simple formations, but in hunting patterns. When humans hunted animals on Earth, we did not attack head-on. We set traps. We pushed prey toward waiting hunters. We thought in 3 steps ahead. This is how we think. This is how we fight. The aliens watched as the remaining Zrel ships surrendered. After only 6 hours of battle, the human fleet had destroyed half the enemy ships without losing any of their own. The other half now gave up. Messages came in from across the galaxy as other worlds saw what happened. Many alien species had suffered from Zrel bullying for years now. They saw the insects defeated by the newcomers, by humans who had seemed so harmless. Eridan, the council leader, looked at Taehyun with new eyes. Why did you hide your true nature from us? He asked. We welcomed you to the galaxy. We shared knowledge. We treated you as friends. Taehyun shook his head. Did you really welcome us? Or did you welcome what you thought we were? You gave us outdated technology while keeping the best for yourselves. You put limits on where we could go, what we could do. You treated us like children, not equals. He walked to the center of the room, every screen now showing his face to all worlds. Across the galaxy for 3 years, humans have watched and learned. We saw how the Council really worked, how the strong took advantage of the weak, how rules protected some but not others. On the main screen behind him, images appeared showing Earth, history, human evolution, human wars, human hunters, human tools. Early humans chasing prey across wide plains, not the fastest or strongest animals, but the ones who never gave up, who could run for days, who made plans. Humans evolved as pursuit predators. Taehyun said, our bodies built to chase until prey collapsed from exhaustion. Our minds built to plan complex hunts. Our groups built to work together as packs. We did not have the fangs of the tiger or the strength of the bear, but we had endurance, and intelligence, and cooperation. The aliens watched with growing understanding, seeing humans in a completely new way. We fought terrible wars against each other. Taehyun continued learning the art of battle in the hardest possible way, until we finally found peace among our own kind. When we met you, we hoped the galaxy would be different, but we prepared for the worst. The Zrel leader, Chitrik, stood up, angry still. You deceived us. He clicked, built weapons in secret, made deals behind the councils. Back Taehyun looked at him without fear. And what were you planning? Chitrik, the elimination of an entire peaceful species for their resources. Who is the real deceiver here? The room went quiet at that truth. Eventually, Eridan spoke again. What happens? Now he asked, looking at the human ambassador with new respect and new fear. The council has never faced this situation before. Taehyun's face softened a little. Humans do not want war. We chose diplomacy for a reason. We prefer peace, but we will never be helpless. We will never stand by while the innocent suffer. We will be predators when we must be on the Malorian world. Captain Hyegen landed with her soldiers to help the plant people rebuild what the Zrel had destroyed. The Malorians welcomed humans with songs and gifts of flowers. They knew humans had saved them from extinction. Hyegen walked through the damaged city with Thala. The Malorian leader, the buildings made of living wood were burned and broken, but could grow again with care. Humans would help protect them while they healed. Thank you for revealing your true strength. Thala said, her leaves moving gently in the wind. We feared you might not come in time. Hyegen smiled. We always planned to help you. We just waited for the right moment to show ourselves. Predators know when to hide and when to strike. Back on Earth, celebrations began as news of the victory spread. Humans had kept secrets for 3 years, building ships, developing weapons, training soldiers, all hidden. From alien eyes, now they could stop pretending. Now they could stand tall as what they really were. In the Earth Command Center, Admiral Minjae met with world leaders. The old soldier looked pleased with how his battle plans had worked. The Zrel never understood what hit them. He said they thought they were the predators, but they were the prey all along. The world president nodded. Now the real work begins. She said the galaxy sees us differently now. Some will fear us. Some will seek our protection. The diplomatic game has changed. Minjae looked at the star map showing human space and beyond. Humans would expand, now reaching to new worlds, making new friends and facing new enemies. The hunt would continue in different ways. The secret is out, said. The galaxy knows what we are. Now they know humans are not just another peaceful talking species. We are apex predators wearing suits and smiles, diplomatic when possible, dangerous when necessary. Across the stars, alien worlds watched recordings of the battle, studied human history, looked at Earth with new eyes. They saw what humans had hidden. They understood what they had missed, and many felt a chill run through them. The humans had arrived in the galaxy wearing a mask of peaceful explorers, but now the mask was off, and what lay beneath was something far more ancient, far more dangerous, the face of a species that had clawed its way to the top of a death world by being smarter, stronger, and more determined than anything that tried to kill it. The galaxy would never see humans the same way again. 1 year after the battle that changed everything, humans sat as equals on the Galactic Council, no longer pretending to be less than they were. The galaxy had learned to see them differently, as partners, but also as protectors, sometimes as something to fear. General Hyegen Ryu, she had been promoted after her victory, stood in her office overlooking the rebuilt Malorian capital city. The plant people had recovered well with human help. Their buildings of living wood now taller and stronger than before. Ambassador Taehyun Kim entered the room, followed by President Jinwoo Seo, who had come from Earth for the 1-year celebration. Hyegen bowed to them both. The 3 Koreans had become famous across the stars as the faces of human power. The defense agreements are now signed with 12 more species. Hyegen reported, showing them a star map. Many smaller worlds want human protection. They trust us to keep them safe. Taehyun nodded. This was the new role humans had found in the galaxy. Not conquerors, but defenders, the strong who protected the weak. And what about the Zrel and other large powers? President Jinwoo smiled slightly. They are adjusting to the new reality. The Zrel fleet stays in their own space now, under the terms we set. The older council members still watch us carefully, but they respect our strength. Through the large window, they could see human and alien ships moving through the busy spaceport below. Humans now openly shared some technology with trusted allies, helping smaller worlds grow stronger against bullies like the Zrel. Human ships were easy to spot among the alien vessels, sleek and dangerous looking. Not hiding their weapons anymore, the time for secrets was over. Humans had found their place in the stars. And it was as themselves predators, yes, but predators with a purpose. Young Malorian named Thala entered the room, her leaves bright green and healthy. The former diplomat had become leader of her world after the war. The Malorians saw humans as heroes and built close ties with Earth. The ceremony will begin soon, she said. Many families want to thank you again for saving our world. As they walked through the city, aliens from many worlds watched them with mixed feelings, fear, respect, curiosity. Humans had become the most talked about species in the galaxy in just 1 year. Outside the main hall, Eridan waited for them. The blue 4-armed alien who led the council had changed too. He had learned hard lessons about peace and power. Your people continue to surprise us, he said to President Jinwoo. After seeing your true nature as apex predators, many expected conquest instead. You build schools and hospitals alongside military bases. Taehyun stepped forward. You still do not fully understand human nature. Yes, we evolved as predators, but predators protect their own. We fought each other for centuries before learning that strength without compassion leads only to ruin. Jinwoo nodded. Humans spent too long hurting each other before we found better ways. We do not want the galaxy to repeat our mistakes. Inside the Great Hall built from living trees, thousands of Malorians gathered with representatives from 50 other worlds. Some had been enemies before, now brought together by new alliances. Some had been victims of stronger powers, now finding protection with humans. Thala spoke to the crowd 1 year ago. Our world faced destruction. She said we were peaceful people with no weapons, no defenses. The Z'rell would have taken everything from us. Her leaves trembled at the memory. But then humans revealed their true strength. They fought for us when no one else would. They showed the galaxy that power can serve good, not just greed. Hyejin stood when it was her turn to speak. She was not a diplomat like Taehyun or a politician like Jinwoo. She was a soldier, a hunter, a protector. Humans hide nothing. Now she said, looking across the alien faces, we are what we evolved to be. We hunted on our world to survive. We fought wars to grow stronger. We found peace to grow wiser. When we came to the stars, we hoped for the best but prepared for the worst. She pointed to the human soldiers standing tall along the walls. They wear our strength openly now, but our greatest weapon was never our ships or guns. It was our minds, our ability to plan, to adapt, to overcome. We were never the strongest on our world, but we became the smartest, the most determined, the ones who would never give up. In the crowd, many aliens nodded with new understanding. Humans had become a force in the galaxy, not through overwhelming strength but through intelligence, will, and cooperation. The very things that made them apex predators on Earth now made them powerful among the stars. After the ceremony, Hyejin walked with Taehyun through gardens of alien plants, looking up at the strange stars that were now becoming familiar. We changed the galaxy forever, she said quietly. No, Taehyun corrected. We just showed them who we always were. That night, representatives from 7 smaller worlds asked to meet with the human leaders. They wanted protection agreements like the Malorians had. Their worlds were rich in resources and larger powers had threatened them for years. President Jinwoo listened to each request carefully. Humans would not save everyone. We cannot fight all battles, he explained, but we will help you protect yourselves. We will teach you what we know. This was the new way humans would change the galaxy, not by conquering worlds but by teaching others to stand strong, by forming packs of allied worlds who protected each other. The wolf teaching other creatures how to survive. On the Galactic Council station, Eridan met with other leaders. The old powers struggled to understand this new galaxy where humans had changed all the rules. They are predators who protect, he said, finally understanding they use their hunting nature not just for themselves but for others. They are dangerous. Yes, but dangerous in ways that can make the galaxy better. More fair. Across human space, people celebrated the new alliances. The new respect they had earned in the starships carried trade and knowledge between worlds. Human soldiers trained with alien allies, teaching them Earth fighting skills. Admiral Minjae, back on Earth, looked at reports from across human territory, proud of what his people had built. We revealed our teeth, he told his officers, but we use them to defend, not just to kill. That is the true strength of humanity. The final message sent from Earth to all human ships that night was simple and clear. Humans would continue to be diplomats when possible, teachers when needed, friends to the peaceful, but they would never hide their true nature again. They were apex predators who had learned to use their hunting skills for more than just the kill. The stars had many secrets still, many dangers and opportunities, but humans moved forward without fear, without hiding what they were. A species that had climbed to the top of their world through blood and fire but had learned wisdom along the way. The galaxy had finally seen the truth. Humans were not just another talking species, not just peaceful explorers. They were predators in their bones, hunters in their blood, survivors who had faced extinction many times and always found a way to win. And now that truth would protect not just humanity but all who stood with them. The massive alien ship hung in the sky above Seoul. It was bigger than any human building ever made. The people below pointed and stared as the strange craft blocked the sun. Ambassador Tae-hyun. Kim watched from the window of the government building, his face calm but his mind racing. This was the moment everything would change. Tae-hyun was 50 years old with gray hair and a serious face. He had spent his whole life working as a diplomat for Korea, and then for all Earth when the world united. After the first alien messages came 3 months ago now, he straightened his blue suit and turned to his team. The young woman named Ji-woo stood nearby, holding data tablets, her hands shaking a little. Ji-woo had been his helper for 2 years, but nothing could prepare anyone for meeting real aliens. "We are ready, sir," she said, her voice steady. Despite her fear, Tae-hyun nodded and looked at the others in the room. Do-hyun, the science expert, Min-ji, the language specialist, and Jun-ho, the military advisor who wore plain clothes to hide his real job. Everyone looked nervous but ready. The aliens called themselves the Galactic Council. They said they were a group of 7 different space species who worked together to find new intelligent life. Across the stars they had been watching Earth for 20 years. They said from hidden satellites humans were now advanced enough to join their peaceful group. What the aliens did not know was that Earth had found their spy satellites 5 years ago. The world leaders had kept it secret. They decided to let the aliens watch to learn about them. First, Earth would pretend to be less advanced than it really was. A bright light filled the room. Then 7 strange beings appeared. It was not really them, but perfect moving pictures sent from their ship. Each alien looked very different from humans and from each other. The tallest one had blue skin and 4 arms. His name was Eridan. He seemed to be the leader. Next to him stood a green plant-like being, and a small gray creature with big black eyes. The others were even stranger. One looked like water in human shape, another like a big insect with many eyes. "Welcome, humans," said Eridan, his voice deep and strange but speaking perfect Korean somehow. "We are pleased to meet you at last." Tae-hyun stepped forward and bowed, showing respect the way his Earth teachers had told him to act humble and grateful. "We thank you for this great honor," he said. "We are excited to learn from your wisdom and join your peaceful stars." The blue alien seemed pleased by this answer. "Humans are younger than most species we meet, but you learn quickly. We have watched your progress with interest." Tae-hyun kept his face friendly, but inside, he thought about those spy satellites watching them. The aliens thought humans were just starting to understand space travel, but in secret, Earth had already built ships with weapons they never revealed. "We have many gifts for your world." Eridan continued. "Knowledge medicine. Space travel help. The council gives these things to all new friends." The insect alien clicked its mouth parts. It seemed less friendly. Its name was Chitrik, from what Tae-hyun had learned. Some in the council had not wanted to contact Earth yet, thinking humans were too wild, too unpredictable. After the first meeting, the aliens invited Tae-hyun and his team to visit their ship. Jun-ho, the secret military man, looked at everything carefully, remembering all he saw. Human scientists would want to know every detail later. The aliens showed them rooms with amazing technology, but Tae-hyun noticed they did not show everything. Many doors stayed closed when he asked questions about weapons or faster ships. The aliens changed the subject that night. Back in the building, Tae-hyun met with Earth leaders on secret video calls. "They are hiding their best technology from us," said the woman from America. "They show us toys while keeping the real power hidden." The man from China agreed. "They think we are children, to be given simple gifts." Tae-hyun nodded. "We must continue to play this role for now. Let them think we are harmless and grateful students. We will learn what we can while building our strength." For the next week, meetings continued. The aliens explained how their council worked 7 main species and 20 smaller ones, all working together for thousands of years of peace. They told humans Earth would start as a protected world, learning from others until ready for full membership. One night, Ji-woo found Tae-hyun looking at star maps in his office. She put down a cup of tea and looked over his shoulder. "Sir, do you trust them?" she asked quietly. Tae-hyun thought carefully before answering. "Trust is a big word, Ji-woo. I think they mean well, but they see us as very junior partners in their games. They do not show us everything." "Why not?" Ji-woo asked. Because even peaceful groups have secrets, Taehyun said, and because they do not yet know what humans are really like. The next morning, Chitrik, the insect, alien, approached Taehyun before the main meeting. His many eyes blinked in patterns. "Your kind interests me, human," he clicked. "You seem so calm and friendly now, but we studied your history so much, fighting between your own people, so creative in making weapons. Why should we believe you are peaceful?" Taehyun smiled. "Humans have learned from our mistakes. We fought, yes, but we also created art, music, medicine. We want to grow beyond our violent past." The alien made a strange sound, perhaps like laughter, or you hide your true nature. Later that day, the aliens prepared to leave Earth. They would return in 1 month. They said to begin teaching humans about space travel and medicine. They left behind 3 of their kind as teachers and messengers. After the main ship left, Taehyun met with the World Security Council in a deep underground room, safe from alien ears. "They think we are barely able to reach our own moon," said the general from Russia, "not knowing we already have ships hidden in the asteroid belt." The woman from Japan spoke next. "They offer us outdated medical knowledge while we hide our real progress." Taehyun showed them pictures from inside the alien ship taken secretly by tiny cameras in their clothes. "We have much to learn still," he said. "Their faster than light travel is beyond us, their weapons too. But they underestimate how quickly humans can catch up." The world president stood up, her face. "Serious humans evolved as hunters," she said. "We know how to be patient, to study our prey. Before striking, we will play this role of grateful students. We will learn everything we can. We will smile and bow and thank them for toys. While building real power." Taehyun looked at the star map on the wall showing Earth and the nearest alien worlds. Humans were new to the galaxy. Yes, but they were not weak. They were predators who had fought and killed since they first walked the Earth. They knew how to wait to plan to strike when ready. The aliens thought they found a new peaceful friend. They did not realize they had awakened something much more dangerous. Humans would play diplomats for now, but their true nature would not stay hidden forever. The hunt had just begun, and humans were very, very good at hunting. The big meeting room on Rigel 4 was full of angry voices. Chitrik, the Zrel leader, stood tall, his insect body making clicking sounds as he pointed at the Malorian representatives. "These plant beings have rich worlds that they waste," he said. "The council must make them share their mining planets with species who can use them better." Sun Woo Choi watched from the human side of the room. He was part of Ambassador Taehyun Kim's team, officially a cultural expert but really a military analyst. His job was to study alien fighting styles and weapons. The Malorian leader, Thala's leaves trembled as she spoke. "We have used these worlds for 10,000 years. They are our home worlds, not just places for mining Eridan." The council leader tried to keep peace. "As always, we have rules for this," he said. Raising all 4 of his blue arms, "The council will look at both sides and decide fairly." Taehyun sat quietly watching everything, his face calm, but his mind working fast. He had gotten reports from Captain Hyejin Ryu that more Zrel ships were gathering near Malorian space. This meeting was just for show. The Zrel were planning to attack no matter what. During a break, Sunwoo came to Taehyun with news from Earth. The human fleet was in position hidden near Malorian space, 200 ships waiting for orders. General June had sent the message they were ready. "Should we tell the council about the Zrel fleet?" Sunwoo asked quietly. "No," Taehyun said. "Let them make the first move. Then everyone will see who started this." The meeting started again, but this time Chitrik seemed angrier. "We have waited long enough," he said suddenly. "The Zrel Empire claims the mining planets by right of need." Thala stood up, shaking. "Those worlds belong to my people. We will not give them up." Chitrik made a sound like laughter. "Then you choose extinction," he said. The room went quiet as a message appeared on the big screen. It was from Zrel ships. They were attacking the main Malorian world right now. Chitrik had planned this all along. The meeting was just to keep everyone busy. Eridan looked shocked. "The council has kept peace for 10,000 years. He said we must vote. We must send ships to stop this." He looked at Chitrik. "You must call back your ship." Chitrik clicked, his mouth parched. "The vote will take too long. By then we will already have the planets. Why follow old rules when taking what we want is easier?" The aliens began shouting at each other. The council was falling apart after so many years of peace. They did not know what to do. They had forgotten how to handle real conflict. Taehyun stood up and everyone got quiet. Humans have been quiet members of this council for 3 years, he said. But we cannot stay quiet now. The Zrel attack. Peaceful people, and break all rules. Eridan looked sad, but humans are too new, too few to help. He said your 20 ships would be destroyed against the Zrel fleet, and Earth is too far to send more help, for the first time since meeting aliens. Taehyun let his mask drop. He smiled, but not a friendly smile. It was the smile of a predator who had waited long enough. You misunderstand our capabilities, he said. The human delegation has been very careful about what we shared with the council. He pushed a button on his wrist computer and a new message appeared on the big screen. It showed 200 human warships appearing near Malorian spaceships that no one knew existed. Ships with weapons that humans had kept secret. The room went completely silent. Aliens stared at the screen in shock, then at Taehyun with new eyes. How is this possible? Eridan finally asked. The human fleet is supposed to be 20 explorer ships, not warships. Humans have been careful about what we show the galaxy. Taehyun said we appear how we wish to appear. We show what we wish to show. We keep private what we wish to keep private. On her ship, above the Malorian world, Captain Hyejin Ryu gave orders to her fleet. The Zrel ships were still coming, but now they saw the human ships. The Zrel had thought this would be an easy fight against weak plant people who could not defend themselves. They never expected to find human warships waiting. Protect the Malorian world at all costs. Hyejin said, we will show the galaxy what humans really are. The first Zrel ships fired weapons at the human fleet. They expected easy kills, but human ships moved in ways the Zrel had never seen, dodging the attacks. Human weapons fired back, and 3 Zrel ships exploded in bright light back in the council room. Everyone watched on the big screen as humans fought. Taehyun stood tall and proud. The diplomatic mask was off now. The galaxy would see what Earth really was. How did you hide this from the council? Eridan asked, his voice shaking. Did not hide, Taehyun said. We simply did not show everything when you gave us outdated technology. We thanked you politely when you told us how peaceful the galaxy was. We nodded and smiled when you treated us like children. We played the part, but humans are not children. We are not new to fighting. We are not weak. A small human fleet can defeat a larger enemy because we evolved as hunters and fighters on the screen. The battle continued. Human ships moved in groups like wolf packs hunting. Together the Zrel tried to fight back, but they did not understand human battle plans. Humans used tricks and traps, forcing Zrel ships into bad positions. Chitrik watched with anger, his plan failing. The humans were ruining everything you broke. Council law too, he said to Taehyun. You built warships in secret. You made deals with the Malorians. Taehyun nodded. We did what was necessary to protect the innocent. You were going to kill peaceful people for their resources. Do not speak to me of laws when you break the biggest one. The battle lasted 3 hours, then the Zrel began to retreat their fleet. Broken Hyejin's ships let them go, but followed to make sure they left Malorian space completely. In the council room, Taehyun faced the alien leaders. It is time for truth, he said. Humans have played a role since we met you. We let you think we were simple newcomers, grateful for any help. But that was never the whole truth. He showed images on the screen. Earth history, human wars, human hunters, human fighters, images that showed what humans really were. We evolved on a death world, he continued, where everything tried to kill us. We became predators to survive. We became pack hunters working together to bring down bigger prey. We fought each other in terrible wars before finding peace. The aliens watched with new understanding and new fear, seeing humans for what they really were for the first time. Taehyun looked around the room, his voice strong. Now understand this. We did not come to the galaxy to conquer. But we will not stand by while the innocent are harmed. We will be diplomatic when possible, but predators when necessary. From this day forward, the galaxy will know the truth. Humans are not just another peaceful species. We are apex predators who chose to be diplomats, but we never forgot how to hunt. 3 years passed since the aliens first came to Earth. Humans now had a place on the big space station called New Dawn, where the Galactic Council met. Captain Hyejin Ryu stood on the bridge of her ship looking at the stars. Her ship was called Peace Messenger. But that name hid the truth. Hyejin was 40 years old with short black hair and eyes that missed nothing. Her ship looked simple from the outside, but inside it held weapons the aliens never saw. Humans had learned much in 3 years. They took the alien technology and made it better, stronger, faster. The space station shined like a jewel in the darkness. It was where 7 main alien groups and 20 smaller ones met to talk about space problems. Humans had a small area. There, Ambassador Taehyun Kim spent most of his time on the station learning all he could. First Officer Doan Lee walked up to Hyejin with a data pad in his hands. "Captain, we found something strange." He said our sensors picked up many ships moving near the human trade routes. Hyejin looked at the screen. The ships belonged to the Zrel, the insect aliens, who never fully trusted humans. Chitrik, their leader, had become more powerful in the council lately, and spoke against humans often. "Keep watching them," Hyejin said. "But tell no one yet. I will send word to Ambassador Kim on the space station." Taehyun sat in a big meeting room with aliens from all worlds. They were talking about trade routes and who could use which parts of space the Zrel wanted. More territory near Earth. Humans are too new to have so much space. Chitrik clicked his mouth parts, moving fast. They should stay closer to their home world until they prove themselves worthy. Eridan, the blue 4-armed alien who led the council, raised his hand for quiet. "The humans have followed all our rules. They learn quickly and cause no problems. They deserve the space they have." Taehyun bowed his head. Showing respect as always, the aliens still thought humans were just happy to be included. In their group, they did not know about the secret fleet Earth had built or the weapons they made. After the meeting, Taehyun got the message from Captain Hyejin about the Zrel ships. He went to his private room and called Earth using a special system that aliens could not listen to. General Junbei appeared on the screen. He led all Earth Defense Forces. He was 60 with a serious face and many battle scars from the last Earth War before the world united. "The Zrel are testing us," the general said. "They think we will back down if they push. Should we show them how strong we really are?" Ambassador Taehyun asked. "Not yet." June said. "We need more time. Let them think we are weak while we get stronger. We know their weapons, but they do not know ours. The hunt is not over." Taehyun agreed. The plan had always been patience. Humans would learn all they could while hiding their true strength. The aliens thought Earth had only 20 spaceships, but the real number was over 200, most hidden in secret bases. That night, Captain Hyejin changed her ship route without telling the aliens. She would go see what the Zrel were doing near human space. Her ship had special covering that made it hard to see on alien sensors on Earth. Humans built more ships and weapons each day. They studied the alien technology and made it their own cities. Grew bigger, healthier with new medicine. But they kept many things secret when alien visitors came. They showed only what they wanted to show. It was a dance humans had done before in their own history. When tribes met other tribes, when countries met other countries, always smiling, always learning, always hiding the knife behind the back. The aliens had lived in peace so long, they forgot what it meant to always watch for danger. Humans never forgot that lesson. Earth had seen too many wars. 3 months later, Taehyun visited a small green world where gentle plant people called Malorians lived. They looked like walking trees with kind eyes and 4 arms. They were peaceful farmers with no weapons. The Zrel had been pushing into their space lately. The Malorian leader, Thala, met with Taehyun in a garden. Her leaves turned toward the sun as they talked. "We fear the Zrel," she said softly. "They want our mining planets, but we have no way to stop them. The council talks but does nothing." Taehyun thought carefully, then made a big decision. He told her about Earth. How humans had once been hunters, how they still remembered those skills, how they could help protect her people. But the council does not allow one world to help another with weapons. Thala said, surprised. "What the council does not know will not hurt them." Taehyun answered, "This will be between our worlds only." The next day, Taehyun signed a trade agreement with the Malorians, but the paper had secret parts hidden from the council. Earth would protect the plant people if the Zrel attacked. Humans would finally have a reason to show their teeth back on the council station. Eridan called Taehyun to a private meeting. The blue alien looked worried. "I must warn you, friend Chitrik has been meeting with other council members. He says humans cannot be trusted. He wants to limit your ships and technology." Taehyun kept his face calm. This was not surprising. The Z'rell had always been suspicious. We have done nothing wrong. We follow all rules. But Chitrik says humans are hiding things. Eridan said he thinks your kind are natural hunters, not peaceful joiners like you claim. Taehyun smiled. That is old Earth history. We have moved beyond such things. That night he sent more secret messages to Earth. It was time to prepare. The Z'rell were moving faster than expected. Humans would need to be ready. On her ship, Captain Heejin received new orders from Earth. She was to take Peace Messenger to the edge of Malorian space and watch for Z'rell ships. She had 10 more human ships with her now, all hidden from alien sensors. The aliens still thought humans were simple newcomers to space, still learning, still following the rules, but every human ship captain knew the truth. They were wolves in sheep clothing waiting for the right moment. A month later, Heejin picked up a large group of Z'rell ships heading toward the main Malorian world. They moved fast, like they wanted to attack before anyone could stop them. Heejin sent a message to Earth and to Ambassador Taehyun. This is what they had prepared for. This is why humans had hidden their strength for 3 years. The Z'rell were about to attack a peaceful world, and humans would finally show what they really were. On the council station, Taehyun got the message during a big meeting. He looked at Chitrik across the table and knew the Z'rell leader had planned this all along. Chitrik thought the Malorians were easy targets and that humans were too weak and too new to do anything. But Chitrik was wrong about humans. Very wrong. He did not know what Earth had built in secret. He did not know that humans had evolved as hunters on a dangerous world. He did not know that the diplomatic mask was about to come off. Taehyun sent the code word to Earth that would launch their hidden fleet toward Malorian space. It was time to show the galaxy what humans really were, not just talkers and diplomats, but protectors and warriors, the kind who would fight for those who could not fight for themselves. The dance was ending. The hunt was beginning, and humans were very good at hunting.